Lakers Nation, what is going on? So in today's video we do got some huge Lakers news involving Oklahoma City Thunder center Isaiah Hartenstein, and this might be the perfect center for Luka Doncic. Now I know what some of you are thinking: why would the Thunder ever trade away one of their best big men? Well, after Oklahoma City's shocking Game 7 loss to the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals, things have changed. The Thunder are reportedly projected to be around $28 million over the second apron once extensions for Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams kick in. That means tough decisions are coming and Isaiah Hartenstein could suddenly become available. And if the Lakers have a real chance to get him, this could be the move that finally gives Luka Doncic the dominant rim-running center he's been waiting for. We're going to break down why the Thunder might move Hartenstein, what insiders are saying, how a trade could happen, why he's the perfect fit next to Luka, and whether Rob Pelinka should go all in on this move. Trust me, Lakers Nation, you're going to want to hear this one. So let's start with why Isaiah Hartenstein is even being linked to the Lakers in the first place, because just a few months ago this would have sounded completely unrealistic. Hartenstein signed a 3-year contract worth $87 million with the Thunder and quickly became one of the most important players on their roster. He brought toughness, rebounding, interior defense, screening, and all of the little things that winning teams need. The problem for Oklahoma City isn't whether Hartenstein is a good player, the problem is money. The Thunder have built one of the deepest rosters in the NBA. They have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading the way, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, Lu Dort, Isaiah Joe, and a ton of young talent, but now the bill is coming due. According to reports, once the extensions for Holmgren and Jalen Williams begin, Oklahoma City is expected to be approximately $28 million over the second apron. And Lakers fans know exactly how brutal the second apron can be. Once teams cross that line, roster flexibility becomes extremely limited. It becomes harder to make trades, harder to sign players, and harder to build around your stars. That's why multiple reports are suggesting that Oklahoma City could begin making difficult roster decisions this summer. One of the names being mentioned is Isaiah Hartenstein. Now, before anyone says there's no chance, remember something. The Thunder currently have 15 players under contract, and they also have 2 first-round draft picks entering the roster. They have to create room somehow. General Manager Sam Presti has always been known for maximizing assets and maintaining flexibility. If he believes he can replace Hartenstein's production while gaining financial flexibility and draft compensation, he may seriously consider it. And that is where the Lakers enter the conversation. The Lakers have spent the last year searching for a true center. Ever since Luka Doncic arrived, fans have been begging for a legitimate rim protector and pick-and-roll partner. When you look at Hartenstein's game, it's almost like he was built to play next to Luka. This season Hartenstein averaged 9.2 points, 9.4 rebounds, and 3.5 assists while shooting an incredible 62.2% from the field. Those numbers might not jump off the screen, but they don't tell the full story. What makes Hartenstein special is everything he does that doesn't show up in the box score. He's one of the best screen setters in the NBA. He's an elite offensive rebounder. He's a physical defender. He's a strong rim protector. And he constantly makes winning plays. As a role man, he generated 1.32 points per possession this season. Now imagine Luka Doncic running pick and rolls with Isaiah Hartenstein every single night. Defenses would have to choose between stopping Luka's scoring, his passing, or Hartenstein diving to the rim. That's a nightmare matchup. And honestly, Lakers Nation, that's exactly why so many people believe he would be the perfect fit. The Lakers have lacked size and rebounding for years. Too often we've watched opponents dominate the paint or grab second-chance opportunities. Adding Hartenstein immediately changes that. He would likely become the Lakers' starting center on day one. He would allow the Lakers to protect the rim at a much higher level. He would improve the rebounding. He would create easier looks for Luka. And he would allow the Lakers to build a more balanced roster without sacrificing defense. What's interesting is that Hartenstein himself recently addressed his future during exit interviews. When asked about what comes next, Hartenstein admitted that everything is still uncertain. He said that he loves being in Oklahoma City and loves the organization, but ultimately it's a business and discussions between the Thunder and his agent will determine what happens. That's not a trade request. But it's definitely not a guarantee that he's staying either. The door appears to be open. Now let's talk about the contract because this is where things get interesting. Hartenstein's deal includes a $28.5 million team option for the 2026-27 season. The Thunder could exercise that option and keep him. They could decline it and attempt to negotiate a different contract. Or they could pick up the option and then explore trade opportunities. Many believe the third option is the most realistic. If Oklahoma City decides they need payroll relief, trading Hartenstein could be one of the easiest ways to accomplish that goal. And according to reports, the Lakers could have an advantage over several competing teams. Why? Because they potentially have the flexibility to make a deal work without sending back massive long-term salary commitments. That's exactly the type of trade structure that could appeal to Oklahoma City. But Lakers fans should also keep expectations realistic. Just because the Thunder might listen doesn't mean a trade is easy. Sam Presti is widely considered one of the best executives in basketball. He's not giving away a valuable starting center for nothing. The Lakers would likely have to include meaningful draft compensation. The question becomes whether Rob Pelinka is willing to pay that price. Personally, if the cost isn't outrageous, I think this is exactly the type of move the Lakers should explore. Hartenstein is only 28 years old. He fits Luka's timeline. He solves multiple roster weaknesses. And unlike some centers who need the ball constantly, Hartenstein thrives without demanding touches. That's what makes him such a clean fit. Now here's the biggest thing, Lakers Nation. A few months ago this conversation probably doesn't even happen. If Oklahoma City had won another championship, there would have been almost no chance they considered moving Hartenstein. But after losing to the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals, everything changes. The pressure to manage the payroll becomes stronger. The need for flexibility increases. And suddenly players that once seemed untouchable become realistic trade candidates. That doesn't mean the Lakers are getting Isaiah Hartenstein. But it does mean the opportunity is there. And if Rob Pelinka can somehow pull this off, the Lakers may finally have found the exact center Luka Doncic has been waiting for. But now I want to hear from you guys. If the Thunder make Isaiah Hartenstein available this summer, would you trade for him? And what would you be willing to give up? Let me know down below in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you never miss any Lakers news. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.